Hello everybody. Good morning Europe. Good morning Africa. There was a heads up yesterday that there are fans from South Africa as well. So better late than never. Good afternoon Asia and Australia, and good evening to the Americas. Today is day 12 of Krichel's Quarantiano diary. 2 days left. It makes me very happy to see that we have so much audience already. Like that we have so many people who are joining us on this journey and who are with us and with me. It feels very nice. So actually, when I received this message from South Africa, I was very happy. So welcome to you as well. And I'm also very happy about the feedback I received on the last 2 episodes of this diary, because of course I was aware that it was a risk to play Ravel, simply because I know some of you are not that experienced probably with that kind of music, and of course it is quite, like, I think I was quite hard on you, especially talking about philosophical issues like this and going into darkness basically. So I'm quite happy that you weren't scared, that you would go on that journey with me despite the darkness, and that you trusted me, and that is just a very nice feeling. So you can trust me again today. I was thinking a lot about what to play today, and because obviously yesterday many people said that they were looking forward to Scarbo today, and it's actually quite funny, the story how I learned Rhapsody and I, because I've been playing it for about 13-14 years already. So it was actually my mentor in Hanover, one of the first lessons that I've had with him. And I asked him, Professor, what's the hardest piece that was ever composed for piano? And he didn't really want to give an answer, but I wouldn't let go. So he wanted to know, and he said, probably it's Gaspard de Nuit. And then I've done my research, and it was even Ravel who said that with Scarbo, this third movement of Gaspard de Nuit, I wanted to compose the hardest piece that's ever been composed for piano, and I've succeeded. So he's written that in a letter to a friend, and knowing it is Monday, you can hear our friends again. I thought that maybe it's actually a nice piece to play. I've had discussions with Quarantiano. At first he was not very happy, because it's not only very hard for the pianist, it's very hard for the piano and the mechanics of the piano. So I do believe that that he's capable of it. I hope that he's capable of it, and I'm very thankful that I can share these things with you, because Scarbo, it's ridiculous how this cycle, Gaspard de Nuit, which is probably one of the darkest cycles that I've ever played, how I start to identify with what I've discovered in that cycle here. All pieces, all these 3 poems, they've got so much to do with my situation here, and I'm just, the way I'm experiencing these pieces now is really intense. So first we have the Ondine, the first movement, which is of course you have the rain. It's like as if I've spoken to Ravel. Actually, some people ask me if this was a screen, because the weather very often matches the pieces that I play. And then after Ondine we have Le Gibet, like this monotonous squeaking of the gallows, and Scarbo is probably even darker than the other two. Because Scarbo is a proper nightmare. Scarbo is like a little demon, and he haunts us. So it's midnight, and we're in bed. It's dark, and we hear a noise. And we don't know what it is. So we stay tense, and then there's another noise, and suddenly we see Scarbo. So basically it's a situation of not being able to escape from your room, which is pretty much my situation. And Scarbo tries to scare us. So for me it's like there are moments of fog where we're in, where there's this fog that surrounds us and where we can't see, and then we suddenly see a face, like Scarbo's face, for example, and he tries to scare us. It's a proper nightmare. But then eventually he disappears. Like basically how these three poems, Gaspardo and Nuit, how they work, is that each poem leaves us with the question of what is real and what is not. So I'll read out the poem Scarbo for you. Oh, before I tell you, actually, I find it very interesting that midnight, you can actually hear a bell chime 12 times in the piece. So you can hear the sound of the bell, and that's also the climax of the song, when it starts to turn, when Scarbo grows and grows and grows and gets bigger, and then suddenly disappears. So, first the poem by Alois Bertrand, and then the piece. Scarbo. Oh, how many times have I heard and seen Scarbo? At midnight, when the moon shines in the sky like a silver coin against an azure banner sprinkled with golden bees. How many times have I heard the hum of his laughter in the shadow of my room, and the scratching of his fingernail on the silk curtains of my bed. How many times have I seen him drop down to the floor, pirouette on one foot, and spin around the room like a bobbin fallen from a witch's distaff. Then did I believe that he had vanished? The dwarf grew as large as the bell tower of a Gothic cathedral, standing between the moon and me, with a golden bell swinging from his pointed bonnet. But soon his body became blue, transparent as candle wax. His face became pale as the wax of a candle end, and suddenly he disappeared. vanished into the dark. Was he here or not? I hope I see you tomorrow for the last episode of Krichel's Quarantiano diary. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Tomorrow, for the last time, I'm saying that. Same place for me, and same time for you and me.